Sky above, voice within. We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found. You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs. I see. The dragon will lead you to Alduin, but without the Jarl's help. Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems. So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. Deliver the message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will do what I can to bring them to terms. Sky, guard you.
Welcome to the House of Curiosity. I offer a brief tour for a few coins, or you can simply browse.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty.
Spare a coin. Talos rewards the generous. Up to no good, are we? I'll teach you, but it'll cost you. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. The divines smile on a charitable soul.
Balgruuf won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that.
Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken. Railof's alive. I hope that's true. He's a damn good man, but he hasn't returned yet. so I'll need to wait for his account. For now, speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen. Seems we're all branded villains these days. So long as your criminal past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity, we'll welcome you into our ranks. And what would you have me do? Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up and see where we can bet the Imperials have really dug into Whiterun. We'll wrest it from them soon enough. We must. Its central position is key. Not entirely true, though not entirely false either. Any Nord can learn the way of the voice by studying with the Greybeards, given enough ambition and dedication. My shouting Torg to the ground proved he had neither. However, it was my sword piercing his heart that killed him. We're fighting because we're done bleeding for an empire that won't bleed for us. Untold numbers of Nords died defending the empire against the Dominion. And for what? Skyrim being sold to the Thalmor so the Emperor could keep his throne. We're fighting because our own Jarls, once strong, wise men, have become fearful and blind to the people's suffering. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes, and there's no one else but us. I killed Torg to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King supposed to be the defender of Skyrim if he can't even defend himself? Indeed, Elisif has become Jarl of Solitude. Historically and conveniently home of the High King, backed by imperial interests. But the Moot has not yet met to name her High Queen. And they won't. Not as long as I have any say in it. There hasn't been a true High King in Skyrim for generations. For too long, he's been hand-picked by the Emperor, and given emphatic nods by milk-drinking Jarls addicted to Imperial coin. It's time we had a real High King, one of our own making. My father, the Great Bear of Eastmarch, died during my imprisonment after the Markarth incident. I, his only son, forced to deliver his eulogy via letter I had smuggled out of prison, such is the love of Titus meat for his subjects. When finally set free, I returned to Windhelm and was greeted by a city in mourning, at one with my own grief and anger. Clamoring in angry voices, calling out for justice, for war, they sat me on the throne. The throne of Ysgramor, the throne of my father. I only hope I can prove worthy of that honor. It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the World Eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs.
If he's not with us, he's against us. Helgen, eh? Ulfric told us quite the story. If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me. But first, tell me, why does a Breton want to fight for Skyrim? Fair enough. But are you willing to die for your home? All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you. That's what I like to hear. So long as you can back up those words with steel. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway. It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you. We'll see about that, won't we?
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
The stormcloaks are
You
finding
think I need to
victory
send
across the land.
Bolgraf a strong?
You one of those Skyrim for the Nords types?
Shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in this.
And you're right, at least as far as I'm concerned. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other short-sighted Nords bother you. Most of us are happy to welcome newcomers.
Like you did that King Torrik.
Torrik was merely a message to the other Jarls.
I killed a lot of High Elves in the Great War, and I didn't die. I guess that makes me a war hero. The Great War! There was nothing great about it. Thousands died on both sides. Where did it get us? Did we really save the Empire? Or did we just plant the seeds for Ulfric's uprising? And another war.
We've been soldiers a long time.
Help the Dark Elves? Oh, you must have heard me talking to Malthyr. The Dark Elves live in a run-down slum called the Grey Quarter. Ulfric's content to keep it that way. I guess they think I can open Ulfric's eyes to their plight, and get him to lift a finger on their behalf.
Why do you
I'm trying, but Ulfric is set in his ways. For him, there's two kinds of people in this world. Nords, and the folk beneath them.
for me?
I'll die before elves dictate.
Whenever a group of marauders attack a Nord village, Ulfric is the first to sound the horn and send the men. But a group of Dark Elf refugees gets ambushed, a group of Argonians or a Khajiit caravan, no troops, no investigation, nothing. There's a group of cutthroats out there right now that Ulfric doesn't lift a finger to bring to justice, as long as they don't threaten Nord land.
Yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so
That's a brave offer. I'd be happy to throw in my coin behind that. You deal with them. I'll make sure you get paid. Maybe this old soldier will throw in some lessons as well. Show those marauders what Windhelm justice tastes
Like us are no longer needed.
Are you